welcome back to In Out Delete, the show where we review both new and older movies. This is Gino.
This is Robert.
This is Ricardo.
America.
And Gio.
And let's talk about this again. The season finale or series finale of WandaVision.
Ooh,
I know we keep talking about it, but this is the end. That's it.
Yeah.
We got nothing else to talk about next week.
Wrap
What
it
do you
up.
guys think about the ending of the
No,
show?
what did you think about it?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
Gino watching.
you were the
Yeah.
yeah.
This is our
Of
you were
course.
you're
This
hate
is-
watching
this is,
it.
This is the series finale of Gino watches
Watch
WandaVision.
Yes.
What did you think?
Well, before I
Where
get
you
my
at?
voice echoed out again, like last time, last episode, WandaVision sucks. WandaVision. Well, now I don't think it sucks. I felt it was a very powerful ending. I didn't get emotional like some people did. I saw a picture of Kevin Smith crying, and I was like, "Why are you crying, bro? It's just a show. Relax." But it did make me think about what's gonna happen next from here, especially apparently for like Doctor Strange this movie. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm super blown by especially like the Scarlet Witch costume they gave her. It's such like a good like relief, like because it's Marvel
Interpretation.
Like, yeah, because like when they did the campy like Halloween episode, they saw the costume. I was like, okay, at least some recognition of that character's costume. But when they went full on, and it went so well with her latest look from the movies, I was like, this is perfect. This is just perfect. But this makes me oh my god, this ending just got me like really thinking like this is really gonna affect fucking the Doctor Strange and shit for sure. But come on, can we all talk about Mike Boner? Mike Boner, can we talk about that?
Just real quick before you mention that, like I love the ending. It was what I was expecting, the battle and all that, and I loved all the emotional stuff. And I can't wait to see what they do with Wanda as a character next. 'Cause I feel like they set up like this really complex, character, because apparently like the new phase is gonna focus a lot on her, like the way Tony Stark was in the first one. So I think it's a great way to go. But yeah, I will say like the there was a lot of frustration on the internet with the whole boner thing, because you guys saw when it happened, we were like, our minds were blown, right? We're like, what the fuck, and our mind was racing, and then they just kind of like slapped the door closed on that. So like, what I will say is this, Kevin Feige, like the producer of all the Marvel stuff, he is aware of all the fans and how like they know everything about the source material, right? So like they'll watch an episode and see like a fucking napkin like on the table and go like, oh, that means Mephisto is gonna be the bad guy and this is gonna happen, right? So he knows that, right? So he has to throw us a curveball, right? Because he knows we're gonna dissect the shit out of that, right? So I would say that they're still planning something, it's not the end, but they're just throwing us a curveball.
I'm like this whole show was a bit of it was just call it what it was, a bridge, because this show I think is gonna help set up like you said, Doctor Strange, and I think it's gonna set up Captain Marvel, because Monica Rambeau's character is was the daughter of Captain Marvel's best friend. Some theories maybe didn't pan out for the series, but we don't know about the different phases that are still to come, because there's a lot of movies.
So the show is over completely.
Yeah,
we think so. Yeah.
For now.
It was because I think it was just meant to be just a one season series, just mini series. It wasn't supposed to be like continuous.
I'm
like
super into that. I'm really glad that they're not choosing to drag it on, especially like with its popularity, because this is huge, so like I'm super thankful, not only as like a person who can't stand like stories that take place over like way too long and I have to know a history, but just like it feels like a good ending.
Yeah.
Although I wasn't completely satisfied by this final episode, like it was good, it closes off everything. So it would just feel weird to drag it on.
To be honest though, if it wasn't for it was because of that last episode, I kind of was already like, I don't care anymore. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
you were on board with the whole story that they were telling?
I get.
I think you kind of see the ending. You already know you're gonna expect this big like battle or whatever.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was like a cool little
it was
battle,
pretty emotional, right?
I guess.
Yeah, like
I found it very emotional, especially like when at the end when it's all closing off and she's
That's
saying
really cool.
goodbye, to her kids and then to Vision again. Like I was really into that. Like I loved the whole thing.
I kind of wish that it ended there.
Okay.
That felt like an ending, but then obviously, you don't get the rest of the the whole
I-
SWAT team or whatever they were.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, okay, hold on. Because this episode had two, like, had
Oh.
mid credit
Uh-huh.
and then the post credit.
Yeah.
Ricardo, did you watch them?
Yeah, I'm forced to watch it now.
Okay, just wanted,
Good.
okay, just want to double check.
I was gonna say too that what happened to the homegirl from Two Broke Girls? She never came out anymore.
I was disappointed by that.
Bro.
It felt like I felt like a scheduling conflict. Like they had her written in,
exactly
but she got COVID or something. And she had to go home. So it's like, she left. Like she left. It's like
they literally said that.
Like, they literally said that. Like, oh, she just took off.
Yeah,
but she's like they are laying because she's gonna be in the new Thor movie.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff. Like it might not have been what we wanted set up, like with the X-Men or Fantastic Four, but there's a lot of little sprinkles there of what's to come.
But overall, badass show, right?
Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Now let's get to the new movie. The new movie. What did we watch again? I forgot.
I could tell you. Our new movie this week was Minari, and it's available on video on demand. It's directed by Lee Isaac Chung and stars Stephen Young and Yeri Han. And the movie is about a Korean family that moves to Arkansas in the 1980s to start a farm. That sounds very simple, but it's basically a story about immigrants in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Who wants to start us off here?
I can start off. I wanted to watch it anyway.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
America, start us off.
I'd never seen trailers for this or anything. I was just interested because there was so much talk about it online, just about how good it was and whatever, and the fact that it'd been like blown off as a foreign movie. So I was just like interested in watching it despite not knowing anything about it really. And it really it got to me. So I'm super in on this movie. Yeah, dude, this movie made me feel feelings, and I was just like, no, So it was just, if it makes me feel feelings, I love it. So
you are human after all.
Yeah, I guess so. Only when I watch movies like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gio, what did you think?
I'm on the same boat. I'm in. I had feelings as well. Yeah, like the whole grandma situation where they've never met their grandma and their grandma comes over to live with them for a bit. It happened to me as well.
Really?
I didn't meet my grandma until I was my 20s.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had never gone to El Salvador, and then we flew her up by herself, and then got to spend a couple months here with us in the States. But yeah, it's that whole grandma storyline or whatever just remind me of my grandma. So yeah, I'm in. It's a very it does help connection. I think we all connected with this movie in some sort of way.
Yeah.
But what about you, Gina?
I'm I'm super in on it. Stephen Yeun is my all-time favorite Walking Dead actor. So and it's funny because I actually really did like him in the Twilight Zone episode that he did. I'm just a fan of his. I'll be honest. Let's just say. And this movie, seeing him speaking Korean almost throughout this whole movie, put me in shock because I've never heard him speak Korean. Especially when he did Conan, traveling with Conan, and they went to North Korea and shit. He rarely spoke Korean. And I agree with Gio. It did touch me in a way, I can relate to. I met my grandma all my life, but I mean the similarity, I did not like my grandma about certain things about her. I had some expectations of her. It was just things like that. I have a working dad who would try to do jobs to get us go by, especially a mom, and then I have a siblings who would take care of me like a parent. It was just that type of pattern, that I could relate to. But man, dude, this hits me in the feels a lot too, and especially with the grandma and certain things. But yeah, I'm very disappointed they consider this as a foreign film because there was a lot of white actors.
Oh yeah.
I'm upset about that. I'll be honest.
we could get it. We could rip into that. Yeah.
Because fucking, especially one actor who played the crazy Christian guy. He's pretty known actor too. He's
Will Patton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a known actor. So what the fuck? But whatever. We'll get into it. Robert, what about you, man?
Oh man, just like you guys, the feelings. I absolutely loved this movie. Right from the opening, it hit me so hard. And I think you guys have all, I think there's a pattern here. We connected to it you know, because it's a story about immigrants, you know, and
Right.
I would assume that we're all the children of immigrants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that hit really, really hard, you know, like it's almost like a love letter to the parents, you know, that raises, you
Mhm.
know. So oh man, like I'm getting like choked up like thinking about it. Like I absolutely loved everything about this film. It reminded me a lot of Roma too. Like you could tell this is about the director, you know, he's a writer director, and it's about his life, you know, and it's about his memories, you know. So
Yeah.
I got those vibes too. It was such a beautiful film. The performance in Stephen Young, you mentioned, like I loved him on The Walking Dead, and I thought his very powerful performance by him and the kid.
Yep.
The kid, you know, the little boy, you know, I connected to him too because I also had an older sister who like looked after me, you know. It's just everything about it. Like I know it's about a Korean family, but it's so universal, you know,
Yep.
especially like
Yeah.
the immigrants and like all the hard work they have to do. And I don't, oh man, like it just hit me so hard. Like you guys said, like
Yeah.
like I was crying like almost throughout the whole thing, you know. So yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I think I know we've seen a couple of good ones already this year, but so far my favorite movie of this year.
Yeah,
Nice.
I gotta
Okay.
agree.
Yeah, yeah. Ricardo, what about
Are you in?
Yeah, did I not say that?
I loved it. It made me
I
cry.
mean, yeah,
That's-
yeah. I gotta be out. You know, it just didn't work. Yeah, I only give ins to American films, not foreign films. You know?
Fighting words.
Yeah,
Uh,
Ricardo.
yeah, I love the movie too. It was I'm an in. Ding. I didn't have the ultimate feelings. I don't know why. Maybe I have to watch it again. But I did enjoy like everything, the whole story. The grandma's hilarious. The kids are so good of an actors, like the little kid. So I don't know anything about The Walking Dead, and I didn't know he was on it. That's why I was like, oh, when you said it, like, oh, he's in The Walking Dead. He's like a real actor. Shit, that's good. Like, you know, The Walking Dead, I thought it was just like a show. I didn't know you could act. Right? But yeah, overall, that's a great movie.
Yeah. What about your grandma?
I don't know my grandma. Dick.
He literally
What are you talking-
Taking it a step further than you, Gio.
You have yet to meet your grandma?
yeah, but yeah. So, one day I will. But yeah. So good watch, and I think I'm gonna watch it again. You know, to get like the feels more. But yeah.
I know that you like to watch movies, like you like to give it years before you watch something.
Yeah.
To me, this is one of those that I need to give it years because it
Yeah.
gave me that many feelings. It was just like a lot, you know.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
definitely is coming from that immigrant family, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's all stuff that we can relate to, like relatives living with us, you know, your
Mhm.
parents trying to like make a home for you in a place that isn't for them, isn't for you really. And then the kids, was his name
Yeah.
David, the little boy
Yeah.
Yeah.
who initially rejects his grandma, and even
Oh,
him, like
yeah.
he'd never been to Korea, right? And he's like, it smells like Korea in there.
It's like the stuff that they hit upon was like you could tell, like, because we've all had those experiences, you know. And I love that the kids speak English more than they speak Korean. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's such a great detail. But like one of the things about Stephen Young, like I remember when the movie first started, you know, I was like, he looks really young. You know, it's a little young for the role. But then I thought, like, no, like that's great because like we always think like we never think of our parents as like young like people. You
Yeah.
know, we always think like because they took care of us. Like at least for me, like we never had to worry about a thing, you know? Like there might have been things going on, like struggles, but they never let us know, you know? And to think that they might have been like people who were unsure of what they're doing, like not knowing if they were going to be successful, like that's
Yeah.
very powerful, you know?
Yeah,
Like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
seriously, because that's the parents' struggles, right? Like
Yeah.
the mom's like, just give up, dude. Like this is not. There's a fucking hurricane warning or tornado or what is it?
Tornado.
Yeah.
Tornado.
And she's like, dude, like, what are you doing? We got to get out of here. Like, not only did you bring us to this fucked up ass place, like, now we're all gonna die.
The
Like, we're gonna
hillbillies.
fly
Yeah.
away. And this guy's like, no, like, we have to stay here because my kids have to see me like
Succeed.
succeed.
Yeah.
And that's just like,
See, that-
you know,
Dude, that line was like, damn. He's like, I'm tired of like my kids seeing us move around, you know, because you know we keep failing or whatever. It's like I want them to see me succeed for once, and like you saw that how much it really meant to him. Like he he's been because the whole thing is he's trying to create something like our parents of, giving us the best life, so we don't struggle as much as they struggled when they were kids, because a lot of them had to start work super young or whatever, or immigrated when they were super young. I'm pretty sure a couple of your parents came over as either teens or to the States, and then they've had to just try to work right away, and then we pop up.
Yeah.
Fuck it all up.
Yeah.
Look,
forcing them to work even harder now because we get hungry.
Well, what kind of white person likes to look at chicken butts and make sure the male or female? Fuck him.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like an actual job, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
But that's going back to what Gio said, like, could you imagine like you being like 19 or 20, moving to a different country where they speak a different language, Yeah. Can you imagine doing that? Just to give your kids a better life? Like, no. Like at 19, I was watching cartoons, Like I'm still watching cartoons, And like it's such a that's why I love this song. That's why it hit me so hard, because it made me like, obviously I knew that they struggled and they worked hard for us, but to put it on film, and I imagine like this director, it's like it's almost like a gift to like his parents, and that's just like the most amazing thing you could ever do, just to make a film for them, It's like I can't keep going on. Someone fucking start
Especially
crying.
such a nice one. Like that.
Yeah.
Make something shitty.
You made like Suicide Squad or something,
So let's go back, because one of the funniest characters is the man, the white man.
Will Pat.
Well, yeah, he is really good.
Yeah,
and like it's like a fucking trip, and it's funny how they acknowledge him being like a trip. Like, dude, he's weird, like he's. So again, it's a foreign film. So what do you guys?
It's not a foreign film.
It's not a foreign.
It's not a foreign. It's an American. It was American production. They put it as the Golden Globes. Put it as a foreign film because apparently their rule is that if the main language is not English, then it's considered a foreign film. I always thought it was like, oh, if it's a foreign production, like a production from another country, then it's film, but they don't see it that way, and that's why it's so fucking stupid. Especially because it's the Hollywood foreign press.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's not fair because English is not even it's from England. So first of all, that's still considered foreign. Why the fuck is what the fuck is it considered? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's like it really pissed me off because it's like. There was more than the family was the only Korean family cast. The rest were fucking white people. The majority of the film is like I feel like it had more English than Korean, and I don't know. It just really pissed me off to say English is the American language. Like motherfucker, like
it's not.
Are you sure? Like motherfucker, like. I don't want to get technical on races or on like immigration and all this shit. Like we gotta remember this country was found. It was actually Native Americans until fucking Italians came over here and fucked that shit up and fucking started all this other shit. You know what? I'm getting into all this detail about fucking on race and shit, but I'm just saying English is not really a natural language, quote unquote.
It's a really stupid rule. Obviously, the Hollywood Foreign Press was under fire, because like they had no black members in them, Really? So then apparently, like I know we're going to kind of like shifting to a war stock, but there was a lot of I don't know if you guys saw the winners, but there was a lot of like people of color who won, right? Apparently is that they knew that the article, because they knew that all the stories were going to come out about them being racist. So apparently like they tried to, and I'm not trying to devalue the wins in any way, like all the wins are very deserving. It's them that are fucking stupid, but apparently like they voted for all, like they try to make themselves seem non-racist, and it's so fucking stupid. Like that's why like we should Golden Globes, Oscars, all that, like get rid of them because we know they're fucking racist. It's like you call them racist and you still go to the Globes. It's like saying oh fuck the KK, but you still go to the rally. It's time for that shit to end. Let's start a new fucking award system where you don't have to create rules where like, oh, your movie has to have like a certain number. Like, no, just don't be stupid, Don't be fucking racist. Just vote for the best films.
And then like they should have the best, like I guess you have to be like a great filmmaker to be like a judge or something, like something to make them vote.
Well, that's why there's the That's why there's the producers guild, the directors guild, and I think the screen actors guild awards. So those are your peers voting for whoever they think are the better within the group. So like I think that those technically should be valued more, but aren't valued as much as the Academy Award and the Golden Globes.
Yeah, we should stop valuing these. Like,
It's weird
like,
how this one's a foreign film, and like if you watch Inglorious Bastards, and it's not.
But yeah, that's the point. It's a point.
It's a whole foreign
exactly.
film in that movie.
That's the whole point, right? Is that they nominated a foreign film because they couldn't squeeze it into the best picture drama, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like we should focus more on the movie rather than.
Sorry, yeah, it's because
no, but it's a good point to bring up because it's like it's all fucking bullshit, and we're gonna have a whole special on the Academy Awards later, you know. But yeah, back to the movie.
Yeah, because I'll bring Minari back up because this movie deserves like some recognition because this is very
Definitely
very good, very entertaining all around, man. Like it's the little boy, everything.
The name is so appropriate too, like because of like what like the grandma says, like no matter where you put it, it'll grow, like in the crappiest conditions, and it's like that's the whole base of the movie.
It's a metaphor.
We'll go anywhere and like we'll succeed.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the American dream right there, and that's like to me, it upsets me. That's why it upsets me because this to me the realization of the American dream. But they want to consider it as a foreign fucking film. So now it makes me feel like, are you shitting on the American dream? Are you shitting on that? You're just saying our American dream is a foreign dream, you piece of shit. That's I'm sorry. I'm so upset.
I mean, but even that's like a very outdated, concept or whatever. It's kind of like, is it real? Is it whatever? Is it necessary? But that's definitely why they came out here. But it also kind of, I guess, puts into perspective, like, you came here for that and you see that it's not all happiness, sunshine, and rainbows. Nope. And it is a bittersweet ending as well, right? Because everything is not okay at the end. Like shit just went to shit. But they're still a family. Like that's what it comes back to. Yeah. Right? So.
That was like the whole point of the ending, right? Like
basically
the kids, oh man, that scene where they're running after the grandmother when she's running away.
Oh
my god.
Yeah.
But like I love the way the movie looked too, the way it was shot. Like it was so beautiful, especially at the end when like the barn is on fire, and it's just the guy and his wife like on the ground, like, oh, this beautiful shots in this movie.
That scene fucking scared me. As soon as I saw the grandma near that like trash can, I was like having a heart attack. I was like, no, they're 5 hours away. Like I was shitting myself, dude. Like, get home, please. Like, grandma's trying to be helpful. And you know that they just sold their little first box of vegetables. They have a deal now. Like, everything is hanging on the fucking line right now. And then that happens after you've had like an explosion of emotions. Your children know that like there's this like rift in your family. Like, like it just, damn, dude, that shit hurts.
That whole fire scene, like when he couldn't find her, I was just like, oh my god, no. Like I was just like,
me too. I was just like, get her, she's right there, I see her. Like,
I was like, say something so he can find you, come on.
But she was out of breath.
I know. Smoke inhalation.
So we have sweeps, I should say, all in sweeps.
Yeah,
great film,
all the thumbs. Yes,
seek it out, especially if you're an immigrant or your parents are immigrants, you're gonna really connect to it.
Moving on to the next movie, which is Gio's pick. Gio, what do we watch?
My pick was Garden State.
Oh yeah,
written and directed by Zach Braff, about a guy that goes back home after his mother dies, and he spends a couple of days back home, trying to, I guess, find himself, and things happen along the way. Obviously, I'm in. I like the characters in this movie. I like the soundtrack of this movie. It's a really good soundtrack. It's a dramedy, but it's not super dramatic. But yeah, I'm totally in on this one. America, you hadn't seen it before, so.
Yeah, I'd never seen this movie. I don't think I'd ever heard of this movie.
Wow.
So yeah. I mean, I recognize the music. I'm struggling with this one.
Okay.
Because it feels like I kind of enjoyed it and also like didn't at the same time. I'm kind of on the fence of out and delete.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm gonna like say out. I enjoyed some of it, but it honestly just felt a little inauthentic. I couldn't really connect to the character. I'm really questioning how old they were. And somehow that plays into my review. I don't know. Like, I want to know where they actually are in life to understand what these people's relationships are and why they are this way, you know. And it's probably because they live in little suburbia, you know. The name of the movie. But yeah, so I'm gonna be an out just for now, because I had like a little too many questions and it felt a little off, and it felt like it had like false endings, like too many for me. So yeah, Gino, what did you think?
To be honest, well, this is my second time watching this, because I remember watching this. Like, I'm gonna say like a good 8 years. 8 years I watched this movie, and all I can remember is the soundtrack, because that's what I really enjoyed about this movie. Now watching this again, fully watching it, I am in it.
Hey.
And you know, and it's Zach Braff's directorial debut. You know, it's his script.
Whack.
Natalie Portman was very good in this movie. Even like her personality of that character, she made it really real, like naturally real. Like, if I was someone else, I probably wouldn't believe it. Like, that's bullshit. Now that's acting, whatever. The whole thing with like Zach Braff's character being like, you know, super like and trying to be an actor, leaves Jersey, Jersey, right? Basically just to get away from his hometown to be better, different. But all they can remember him is by the retarded, quote unquote, the retarded football player, which I'm like, damn, that sucks. That's the only biggest role you got was that. And to see him kind of like see why he's the way he is. He's numb. He doesn't show a lot of emotions. He's kind of neutral throughout everything, but little by little, you kind of see him open up a lot more, especially when he's with Natalie Portman's character. Overall, of course, the soundtrack is great. I love every scene had like the song was for that moment, and it went so well with it. Like, I did not feel like the song was out of place. It was just like, wow, you know. And then I was gonna say I really enjoyed this movie. I'll try to remember what I was thinking, but I really enjoyed it. What about you, Ricardo?
I didn't get the emotion at all, like, you know, and like I didn't like the character at all. Like the main character, Natalie Portman, seemed kind of annoying to me too. The music was fine, I guess, but I still was. It's not enough, you know. So it was so cheesy to me, in a way where I was like, especially after watching Minari, where it's like real feelings, I was just like, this is like kind of, you know, in a way. I didn't get the point, like at the end, like some parts where, you know, like it's cool. I get the point. Actually, I didn't feel anything, and I honestly wanted it to end. So I am, I think I'm an out.
Wow. I would assume a delete.
Yeah,
but
I was with all that. I was gonna say.
The reason I am an out and not a delete is because I feel like it reminded me of like my past or something. Like I saw it, and it not like personally, like, oh, it was just like I saw it and I was like, fuck, I remember this movie, and like, oh, you know, like that kind of feeling, and like maybe watch it again in like 20 years again, you know. But other than that, like, might delete in the, like, when we talk about it. Maybe you guys convince me, but go, Robert, go.
So I had seen this movie. This movie came out in 2005, I believe, right?
4.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I saw it in 2004, right? And I haven't seen it since. And I remember like my sister and I watched it. I remember we both really liked it at the time, you know. But I honestly, watching it now, I didn't remember really what it was about, what happened. I knew Zach Braff went back home. That's what I remembered.
Yeah.
So I was kind of really interested in watching it this time. I was like, all right, let's see if this is good or not, you know. And watching it, to be honest, like I thought it started off great, you know, with Zach Braff's character. I thought it was pretty, like, the comedy worked. It was kind of like that deadpan comedy, you know.
Yeah.
But watching it all the way through, seeing what it was about, seeing what it had to say and all that stuff, it felt I don't know if you guys ever had this feeling. When you guys listen to the music that you used to love as a kid, right? And you go like, oh, I used to like that. What the fuck was wrong with me? You know? That's what it felt like. I was like, you know, like, I think when we saw it back then, we were like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so deep, you know, and stuff. Like, It's a really good movie. But watching it this time, it just everything about it felt really shallow. You know, what the characters going through. Because I thought, like I said, it started off great. I was like, oh, this is a movie about depression and somebody dealing with depression. You know, I thought I was really gonna like go in and like hammer on that, and it kind of does, but it doesn't in a way that just, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it says anything, you know, like of any importance. It ends up being like a quirky love story that I don't really buy. Like I didn't really buy it. Like I I love Natalie Portman, but I was like, I didn't remember anything about her performance or her character. And I was like, what is she doing? Like, what is her character supposed to be? Like,
right?
Like, what are you like? Was this considered good back then? Because it's not good now.
It's
you
not.
know? Like, what were you trying to do there? I don't know. I guess like it's like it kicked off that whole hipster movie thing with the soundtrack. I didn't like the music. I don't like the music in this movie.
Oh goddamn.
So yeah, like it's I do sound really negative, but I'm gonna be an out because I do appreciate, you know, I think it was well directed in the sense that, you know, the shots were well composed and on the technical level, you know. But just something about it, it just didn't feel. It felt like a pretentious kid trying to say something, but like not really having anything to say, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to be disrespectful to Zach Braff because I don't know what he was going. I don't know if it's personal or anything, but it just felt shallow. It felt hollow.
Yeah.
You know?
I have to agree with you on that. And then I also I don't think it was directed well. I think it's kind of like he knows how to do a few things and he did those every single time. Like, and it got old, and I don't think it looked particularly good. And the pacing was off. I don't think performances were very good. So to me, honestly, this wasn't directed very well.
Yeah, like, you know how the Natalie Portman, they were in a relationship or something. I was confused. I was like, oh shit.
I was like, why?
Exactly.
Why? Like, because he's like
up too, man. They're both fucked up. Just let them be.
But the thing is that they don't build they don't build a relationship. Like, I'm not judging it because like they only know each other for 4 days and they're in love. Okay, I could accept that. What I don't accept is that he meets her at the doctor's office and then they just start hanging out. Then he just likes her.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you like her? Because she's cute? Like, if you just say it, you know?
I would.
You know?
Yeah, to be fair.
But here's the thing is that they portray in the movie that he has she essentially saves his life.
Yeah.
And you don't get any of that. At least I didn't get any of that. Like, what, just because she's quirky? Like, she all of a sudden saved your life? Like, I guess that's why it felt hollow. It felt shallow.
Yeah, you know? And then like it sucks that I'm like skipping ahead, but like the whole ending he had to go through like a quest or something, right? Like a whole big journey to get like the thing he has to get at the end, and it felt like nothing. I don't know, like it didn't I didn't feel accomplished.
You don't know why he needs her.
Why
does this character need this person in their life to make it better, you know?
Also, I mean, I think if you put together maybe it would have been helpful to know that he essentially like was responsible for killing his mother, and that his father who was a psychiatrist, had medicated his entire life, and that's why he's so sad and numb to everything, and so he's never really had feelings. I think that can be a good story, but when it comes time for us to find out, even when we find out that he killed his mom or whatever, like it doesn't, I didn't feel anything. It didn't feel so impactful. And then when he tells his dad, like when he forgives his dad for medicating him this whole time, it just it feels like that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it was like not well written.
Yeah, it's funny because like the character is detached from like feelings and emotions. Yeah. But I think the script is also detached from any emotions or feelings. Like they say it, but you don't feel anything.
Yes.
You never feel that these like the character is actually growing or like changing in any meaningful way.
Like it does feel like a first, like, you know, even though I do love the movie, but like it does feel like it's one of those first kind of like a newbie, because like I said, this was his first feature, his written and directed. So like it's
For
like
sure. So you can tell it's his first.
You can tell it's like it's just that's why it's like not as deep. I would like you said, Mark, like where it's just kind of it's just a story. It's got like not too much substance, not too much meat to it, but it was just like this is the story. That was it. Like,
Yeah.
But I think
But the
trying.
problem is, the movie tries to make
Yeah,
it
it
seem
tries.
more important than it is,
Yeah.
and it's really not,
I think part of that too was the music. Like he probably is
Yeah.
the kind of person
Yeah.
who loves these songs,
Put
and
the
it's
hair,
like
Robert.
he's
Put
like
the hair.
he's like I'm gonna write a movie only to use these songs.
You're not wrong,
You get what I mean?
because he like I guess when he wrote the script, he had the soundtrack
Yeah, and it's
already picked out.
And then like
So
it's
he
just
kinda-
based on
so he
some
kinda-
weird-
So just make a music video because
Yeah.
you have no
Probably-
music
yeah,
video. Like
probably.
there is nothing
based on
here.
some weird parts in the movie too. Like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
starts and it's just like, oh, I guess
Yeah, it's
the
kind of like
song is
this
trying to make
this
you
is where we
feel,
need to transition. So this is where you add the song.
and you
I
have to
I think
feel.
here's
Okay.
the thing, because this movie is kind of like a cult classic or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the reason people love it so much. I think the reason people love it so
Wow.
much and have such a deep connection, because it might be the movie that introduced them to all this style of music, right?
To be
Like,
fair,
oh, that
yeah.
it's like that's
Or-
where I first heard punk rock, like so that's why I love it.
I thought they
Yeah.
feel like that because they haven't watched it again.
Well, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
I felt like if I was like, oh, I like this. What the fuck is that?
You know what?
And I'm somebody who still listens to the music I did when I was little.
Yeah. Honestly, I think if I'd watched this as a teenager, during my more angsty years, like I would have felt like this is completely deep and like it gets all
But
the
you
points
grow up.
that it's trying to. But I'm just saying, like, if this is when you first watched it and you probably didn't watch it again because you thought it was so good or whatever, and it's kind of like a movie that you probably have to be in a mood for, like you probably don't come back to it, so you probably still have your first impression of it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, yeah, because you were over here like not emo at all, so.
I think we thought like it was very deep because like back then, I was like what in 10th grade.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
watch a lot of independent films. I didn't
Yeah.
watch like character studies or anything.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a gateway into that world.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like movies don't have to be just about shit blowing up.
And
So,
another thing too,
yeah.
I like, this is like, you guys gonna say it's biased or whatever, but I honestly I hate that actor, dude. Like I don't like him.
Zach Braff?
Yeah.
Oh, I love him in Scrubs. I love.
Yeah,
him.
Scrubs was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
man,
same here.
like,
That's the reason why I watched the movie.
yeah,
Mhm.
see, like that's why I don't like him, man. He got punked and he was
He's-
He was a dick in that episode. I know
Isn't
what you're
it?
talking about. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. He's a piece of shit. I
he's a
agree.
piece of shit, right? So I was like,
I-
what?
It's funny. I like Zach Braff. I love Scrubs and all that. But watching this movie, I was like, this movie should be called like White People Problems.
Oh,
Like, I care
I didn't
about
want to
this.
say it. I didn't want to say
White
it.
people problems.
Robert said it, not me.
Very true. If a little brown kid, a little black kid, a little Asian kid
Yeah.
accidentally killed his mother, he'd be in fucking
Yeah.
jail.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. Like after watching Minari and shit, like real problems.
Yeah.
Like this, I don't know.
Either way, was it like 2 outs? No, 3 outs and 2 ins. Damn Mean Geo. Just kidding. I don't care.
I might delete. I don't know.
Oh my god! Wait. So then
He's
you
still on the fence.
You gotta tell us now.
Yeah,
You
if
gotta
we
tell us
haven't
now then.
deleted it
You gotta
yet.
tell us now. You can't change your mind after I confirm.
See that ending though.
Which one? There was about like 4.
There's like
Oh,
5
that's
episodes, bro.
They yell and stuff, and it's like,
Oh.
oh my god, that's so powerful.
Wait, is that how it ended?
no.
That's not how it ended.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
No.
not. But I mean, it felt like
I'm
an
pretty sure that's
ending,
where he
but it
checked
wasn't
out.
an
It's
ending.
just, yeah, and then the ending with the plane. Oh my god, I don't know. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna delete.
Yeah, he's
I'm
doing it.
sorry.
Okay,
He's
there you go.
doing
There you go. Making
There you
sure.
go. One of each.
2 outs, 1 delete, and 2 ins. Damn you, Ricardo, for finally changing your mind. Can I say one thing? I want to say the screaming part. I feel like Under Pressure should have come on. Like under pressure.
Oh my
Might as
god.
Oh
well.
man,
No, I would
that
have
would've-
turned it off.
I would have
would've
loved
been-
it. That would have made me
picked
in.
it up and been
That would have
like,
been
wow.
like, yes, that's so deep.
Yeah.
Like that's as deep as that fucking hole.
Whoa, ayo.
No.
Dude, sorry. Deep as that hole. Like whoa, whoa. Hold up. All right. Well, that's our episode. I mean, tune in next week, which our new movie is Nomadland. And Gino's pick. Yeah, my pick.
Gino, what'd you pick?
My pick is Infernal Affairs. It's a foreign film. basically this is the original movie that The Departed is the remake of. So I want to change our things up. I want you guys to watch it to see what you guys think about this movie compared to The Departed. Martin Scorsese's,
Should we
classic.
watch Martin Scorsese's version?
Yeah, sure, because I always love watching it. So any scene, I'm gonna watch it. Fuck you guys,
I
I'm gonna watch
love
it. Yeah.
I have
Oh,
never
I
seen The
didn't watch it.
Departed, so this was, yeah. So this is
Oh.
gonna be just a full-on intro just to this storyline.
Gio.
Gio.
So
I'm
what
untainted.
I
So
want
I-
you to do
so
is
I'm
watch The Departed
untainted.
first, and then watch this one, the Infernal Affairs. All right, watch. So
what-
you have to watch both movies. You have to watch them. both.
Well, how about which one
In
first,
what
though?
order?
I know.
No, it would have to be this one first and then The
Yeah.
Departed.
And
Yeah,
then
because-
The Departed.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
That-
because I'm gonna be comparing a remake to its original
Yes,
instead of
yes.
an original to the remake and see
Yeah.
what they did.
Or you could watch it how we experienced it when we
No,
watched
no,
The Departed, and then I'm gonna watch the original.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's how we did it already, right? That's how we're gonna do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so
yeah.
We have to see the other's perspective.
Yeah. You're right.
Mhm.
You're right.
Cool, cool, cool.
All right.
I'll be in
So I
the
wanna
middle
change
because
the
I've seen
things
it
here.
about 50 times and don't remember a thing. So every time I watch a movie, it's the first time.
Well, thanks, Gino, for giving me extra homework for now that I have to watch another movie
It's
to
not
watch your
home.
movie.
It's not.
Well, if you want to
homework when
be
it's a
proud,
good
You're gonna love it,
Infernal,
you're gonna love it.
Yeah,
Infernal
Oh, when I
Affairs-
have to edit this and then watch the extra movie that I wasn't anticipating.
well, to be honest, Infernal Affairs, if you have, is in Paramount Plus. No longer CBS All Access. Now it's called
Download Paramount Plus, everybody.
please.
You know what? I know you guys are peddling this because of your job, but I'm fucking tired
Getting
of all
you
these,
some.
all these
Yeah.
networks with their subscription. I fucking hate
But
it.
you don't understand, America. It's not just another streaming app. It's
Oh.
a mountain of entertainment.
This is not.
I'm sold.
This is a non-sponsored.
I hate this.
We're receiving no money for
they
these
have a free-
fools.
they have a
Actually, they
free
are
ver-
receiving money.
They have a free version. You don't have to pay for it.
Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Delete Reviews, Twitter at Delete, YouTube and Delete. Of course, search us, we're there. And of course, podpage.com/Delete. That's our website now. Gio had
Yeah.
created, once again, I will repeat that. Gio has created. And of course, it has our old episodes, especially the Debated Force. Come on, please get on those. Those are very nice. They're entertaining, hardworking things we all have done, especially Robert. That being said, good night.
Bye.